Hello and welcome to an episode of Indie Life Adventures where we're coming to you from a very windy St. Augustine. St. Augustine.
Let's tell them about our trip, right?
Yes.
What did we do?
How did it even come about?
We're part of the East Coast Crew Finder.
Yes, it is a
Lady K Sailing.
Lady K Sailing Facebook group called East Coast Crew Finders, where people can post when they need extra crew. And a gentleman posted that he was looking for crew to help move his 50-foot sailboat from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands to St. Augustine, Florida. And the dates perfectly aligned with vacation that I was already taking. And so on a kind of spur of the moment decision, we're like, well, heck, let's just put our names in there and see if he might choose us to be part of his crew. And he did. Thank you, Marty, for choosing us. It was an incredible experience. We were part of a 5-man crew, including Marty. So there was Kevin, Tom, Nick and I, and Marty. And together, the 5 of us sailed just under 1,200 miles.
Through the Caribbean and Atlantic Oceans.
Yes.
At depths exceeding 24,000 feet.
Which is just insane to think about. And today is day 1, so I thought I would give you a quick tour of the boat. All right, first I'm going to turn around and show you our bedroom. Nick and I are totally spoiled getting the master bedroom for this trip. Here is our own private bathroom. I'm going to go back into the bedroom. All right. I'm keeping all the doors closed so they don't bang while we're under sail. There, I just banged one. One of my favorite features is they have this Rio water, and they've got an ice maker too. I'm not really using the ice. All right, here's the table. Right now there's pork chops set out for tonight's dinner. This one is Kevin's room. Kevin is crew. Here's where he's sleeping. Okay. Tom is also crew, and it's a cabin just like Kevin's, but his door is closed, so I'm not going to open it. And this is their bathroom. I'm not going to open theirs. And then the captain is sleeping on the settee right here. So I'm going to take you up in the cockpit real quick and just show you around. There's the captain. He's kind of taking a siesta. Nick is behind the helm. Kevin is working on his phone. Tom's got the best seat in the house on the beanbag chair. And we are underway. There's the big ocean.
Give us a little bit
there's some
model release
of the island behind us. I don't know if that's one of the Virgin, I think that's the Virgin Islands that we just came from. So that's St. Thomas back there. Puerto Rico is somewhere over there. We probably can't see it, but you can see it on the navigation chart. All right, going back down. So that's just a quick tour to show you what our life is like for the next 10 or 11 days.
Right?
Yes, my biggest adventure to date. Never have I been on the water that far from land or in that deep of water. It was pretty incredible. I just got off of watch. It is now 2 o'clock. And it is about 49 hours into the trip. We're probably like maybe 255 nautical miles from St. Thomas. Looks like maybe a cloud with some rain ahead. All day we've been seeing clouds that look like they got rain coming down, but they are missing us so far. So there's rain around us, but we haven't gotten any yet. I don't know if you can tell how blue that water is, but it is just magnificent. So I just thought I'd take a little break and come to the front of the boat and enjoy the calmness. Everybody else is in the cockpit. Nick's now on watch. Kevin and Marty are looking at Predict Wind and AIS and just all the different data and comparing our route and looking at a storm system that could be forming off the coast of Africa that has a potential to affect us.
but we should be to St. Augustine before it does. But it's good to keep an eye out for such things. And then Tom is chilling in the cockpit, and he'll have the next watch after Nick. So yeah, lazy day. It is just spectacular out here. It's been very easy so far. The water has been calm. The winds have been steady and consistent, or just very light. Like right now we are motor sailing with only the mainsail up. But there's nothing yet has happened that would ever make me worry about the fact that we're in really deep water, really far from land. So ask me again after a storm comes through. All right, back to the water. Hoping the dolphins come and visit again.
And I learned a ton, like just simply how to interact with other vessels on the water. We didn't see that many, thank goodness, because it made me very uncomfortable when we'd get close to other boats out there.
Right.
A huge cruise ship was the first one that came close being like within 5 miles of us. We saw lots of cargo ships. As we neared the Florida coast, we saw fishing vessels, but it's a whole different ballgame when you see boats on the water, especially at night, and just not quite knowing how big they are, what direction they're going. And thank goodness for excellent electronics. Marty had a great chart plotter, had the radar, had AIS, and so by carefully monitoring that, we usually could detect what was coming and if it was going to be dangerous or not. And you were awesome on the radio. You would just hop on there and start talking and, making sure they saw us and then determine if either of us needed to change course.
This has just been spectacular. There were lots of storm clouds yesterday, but somehow we didn't get any rain on us. You could see the lightning all around. The winds did pick up. We got a gust up to 26 miles of wind. And so we just reeled the sails in and kind of motored through the night, anticipating that we might have more storms, but it ended up being super chill and super calm. We've gone 632 nautical miles, and today we've got both sails up and motor is off. I'm going to take you on a little walkabout to see the boat. So Marty is the captain. He is taking a nap. He doesn't get much sleep because he's available to us all each time it's our watch. Oh, we've rigged up this lovely shade tarp, which makes a world of difference, but it's a bit of an obstacle course whenever we go out. There are 5 of us total on the boat. Nick and I, of course, are a couple. And then you've got Tom from Alabama, Kevin from Maryland, and Marty from St. Augustine. He put out an all-call looking for some crew to help him get this beautiful boat from St. Thomas back to St. Augustine. He was delayed a little bit because of Hurricane Aaron, but ended up finding a beautiful weather window from August 31st through September 11th. So we're taking advantage of that weather window to get the boat moved. This is the extra diesel bladder. Just today we moved 45 gallons from it and put it in the tank. Nice little waves. We've seen some rain clouds in the horizon, but haven't really gotten rained on yet. See, there's one up there. But none have gotten us yet, though from time to time it seems like it would be very refreshing to have a little bit of a downpour. But this is what we're up to. And we're just a tiny bit over halfway. We'll reach the halfway point in the middle of the night. We all do 2-hour shifts, so you're on for 2 hours, off for 8 hours. and it all equals out to usually having a daytime shift and a nighttime shift. But for our first big blue water, I think it's spoiling us. It's making it look easy. And I know it's not always easy. All right. Well, for safety's sake, I think I'll turn this off as I make my way back to the cockpit. We'll see if that cloud up there gives us any rain. It's giving somebody rain. But they tend to move so fast that by the time we get there, it's already gone.
And thanks to Kevin's cooking, I'm a little afraid to get home and step on the scale.
So
His food was
yes.
really good.
So let's just kind of go over some things, like the highlights. Like one, we had no problems with food, right?
Yeah.
Like food was great. We spent every meal for dinner seemed like it was a home cooked meal, right?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was all home cooked mostly, but
it was excellent.
But yeah, it was really great.
Another highlight of mine was whenever we were joined by the dolphins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a time when
Dolphins.
4 dolphins just showed up and started swimming around and doing their little dance, and I went up and sat on the bow of the boat and just took it all in. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah. So I think the biggest things are what the color of the water was
Oh,
just
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
From like the afternoon, evening, like it was like this, like, I don't know, cobalt, like inky blue that was just so bright and brilliant. It was like blue glass.
I thought it
You
looked
know?
like Windex.
To-
It was the color of Windex.
to the midday where it was just almost like it was iridescent and glowing.
Yes.
And so yeah, the water was just amazing color.
And the rainbows,
Oh yeah.
we saw a full arch rainbow with a little bit of a double rainbow, a nighttime rainbow,
Night rainbow.
and just this morning, a little glimmer. It was so cloudy in the sky and the waves were going crazy, but where one part of the clouds were broken, you could just see a tiny little piece of a rainbow. So I didn't expect to see so many rainbows.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We got chased by a water spout.
And at no point was I fearful for my life at all, even with the storms. Like, there were a few times the wind kind of got the better of us all of a sudden and tossed us a bit. And I just had confidence in the boat and in the crew we had that it was going to be fine, even if it did make my heart race. I know that's just part of sailing. It's just part of it.
The wind is 20. And we're making 8.
All right. Here we go.
I can go that way.
He's hatless. The hat went into the drink.
What a penny.
Really cool seeing how handy Nick is, especially in the beginning of the trip. The weather was just too easy, so it gave them all time to troubleshoot things. So between whether it was the chart plotter, the solar panels, the generator, we're always troubleshooting something and just tweaking it to get it even better. So the engine, when the engine overheated, so nothing ended up being truly problematic. There were just little tiny hurdles that would pop up. Whenever the wind stopped receiving on the chart plotter, that was another one. And it just, thank goodness the weather was so calm in the beginning, because it gave you plenty of time to hunt down whatever the issue was and help to solve it.
It's 11:28 and I'm finally off shift. It's been a long night. Storms, storms, storms. How are you?
Been snuggling up with this fan. It kept falling off the shelf, so I just held on to it. It's been a roller coaster ride.
As you can see, it's truly a mess in here. The whole ship is a mess.
Everything. It's like it's just crazy.
We're probably in 8 to 10 foot seas, which is not crazy, but they're a little confused, and we're only 15 miles offshore, so we're trying to maintain good distance and not get blown in. And hopefully, by the time we get up tomorrow morning, and we have good light, the storms will be gone, and we'll be able to make a safe entry into St. Augustine. On my shift, we were in a torrential downpour, and 2 miles off of in the middle of the rain, I finally got an AIS signature, and this guy was I don't know, like a 200 foot boat, no, 200 meter boat, comes barreling through, and we had an approach of about I think we were under a mile, but probably one and a half. But yeah, it was really close for a big ship like that in the middle of a storm. And we didn't see him until we were about a mile, so we had like a mile of visibility. It was raining that hard. So I'm glad I saw him in the AIS, and we were able to make a few alterations to our course. But you gotta stay on top of things. Big old waves. Comes another one. There's a big one.
It's nice that it's finally settling down.
A little bit.
A few hours ago, I stood here and was genuinely concerned about my safety, like it could launch me right out the hatch. But now, it's at least tolerable. And the rain quit pouring down. I think we've gotten through the worst of it. It's been, what, like almost 6 hours of steady storms?
Yeah. But as you can see, there's more storms on the horizon, so we'll probably have to do some more.
It's like a roller coaster. Man. Oh. This is gonna be interesting trying to get some sleep. Water's just tossing this 50-foot boat around like it's nothing. Although this boat really did ride it out very, very well. Never once was I worried for my life.
We were only like 45 degrees to 45 degrees to 45 degrees or better. Basically rail to rail to rail rocking.
But she just rolled with it.
No matter how prepared you think you are, you're probably always going to have some challenges. But even through those challenges, we were able to make it work. You know, you're out there on the water, you're going.
It was just a great experience because
Definitely.
I didn't know how I would feel being that far out in the water for so long.
You're definitely vulnerable.
And I felt
Right.
good.
Yeah.
I felt good. The boat was very strong. It was a 50-foot Jeanneau, and it handled the waves like a champ. I felt really good. I feel like we can go places. Like I'm not terrified of the ocean. Like I respect the weather, and I don't want to do anything foolish, but I believe we can go places.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I appreciated the experience. I thought it was great.
And man, Tom did a phenomenal job bringing the boat into the channel. So once we got here in St. Augustine, it was tricky to figure out where the channel was because it wasn't annotated clearly on the charts. Because come to find out, I guess they kind of changed the channel because they have to dredge it often. Tom happened to be on shift. It was his 2-hour watch as we were pulling into St. Augustine, and he rocked it. Like we were all like leaning out and looking for the red and green buoys and to help line it up, and it was an excellent teamwork effort, but he brought us in safely. And it was my first time ever like being on a mooring ball also.
Yeah.
So seeing the way you and Kevin tied us up to that mooring ball, I mean, this whole trip has been a learning experience for me. I'm thrilled. I loved it. I can't wait for more.
Definitely. So,
Yeah.
other than that, anything else?
No, just Marty, thank you for the opportunity. It was incredible, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching.
See you guys.